Hey.
Hey, are we on live?
Um, we're supposed to be.
Okay, my other phone died, so that's why I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you got my message, right? That I searched for Comcast issues and it said Lake Stevens a minute ago.
Yeah. I'm sick of their shit. I'm fucking paying $200 a
Yeah.
month or whatever. They can make the shit work all the time. I pay for it all the fucking time.
Right. They need to make it better. I don't know, maybe it's the
There's
Saturday.
no other fucking service that you pay for and you just get whenever they fucking feel like it. But internet,
Right.
that's it.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, that's right, huh?
You wouldn't buy a car and just be like, oh yeah, it starts for me. It gets me to work 3 out of 5 days a week.
Yeah.
But the other 2 days, it just doesn't start. It doesn't feel like it. We don't know what's wrong.
That's true. Got Stipe getting ready to walk out with his backwards hat, NJK singing in the background.
Yeah, Stipe's on his way out. Oh, this is a good time, I guess, to refresh my stream. I guess that's the other thing I'm doing is that I was, as I'm streaming the fights.
Did you put where there's no chat option on this one?
Is there no chat?
Uh-uh. Not on mine. Let me close out and come back in.
Oh, no, there's a chat. What's up, man? I'm so hyped. Let's go, says Junk.
Okay. My fault. All right. Stipe, the heavyweight champion of the world. He's ready to bring the house down hopefully tonight.
Yeah, see, now it does have the thumbnail change finally. Okay.
That's good.
When I refresh. That's good, because I was going to say, I went back in the edit thing, and it said I had the right thumbnail on there.
Yeah. Very good.
T-Wood got choked out in the first round, and Vicente Luque hurt him. They went back and forth. Then he hurt him, took him down to the ground, choked him out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting my pay-per-view stream to work now. Or my fight stream.
All right, guys. Let me know if you can hear me quickly. Let me know just because I just now got my live stream going here so I can see you guys'. And yeah, the chat's working now. I guess when my other phone's got low battery, it won't let me open YouTube.
Huh.
All right, both fighters are in the cage. Stipe and Francis.
No, I will not beat my son, Ordinary Pete.
Herb Dean's the referee, by the way, guys. And it's time for Mike to make the introductions.
I'm waiting for my stream to reload here. Oh, here we go. Now we got it. Okay.
I was about to have to do the introductions. Let me see if I can do it. Francis Ngannou. Stipe Miocic.
All right. Well, we got it for the main events. What matters, I guess. That's the most important.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for being patient, guys. You guys rock. Thank you so much for that. That was stressful.
Stipe looks like he just woke up.
I was going to say, his hair's all over the bobbing there.
Everywhere. I wonder if he took a nap in the back.
You might have.
All right, guys, live from the Apex Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, via Seattle, Washington. This is Fights with Friends with Billy Hughes, Seattle Mike. This is the main event. Sponsored by premium members Greg Brimstone, Milton Nelson, PBR Street Gang, Arcade Chaos, Brock Ellery, John Coffey, Phil D187, and Billy Hughes on the mic. All right, fighting out of Paris, France, a minus 135 favorite. He is 15-3 as a professional fighter. He is the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, the Predator, Francis Ngannou.
And his opponent.
Of course, Phil D. Hey, thanks for hanging out when everything was all jacked up. A plus 115 underdog fighting out of Independence, Ohio. He is 20-3 as a professional. He is the reigning, defending UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic.
Herb Dean, your referee. We're going to have a clean fight. Touch gloves if you want to. Let's hook them up. Here we go, Mike.
All right. Main event, guys. The two baddest dudes on the planet. John Jones. You can get a lot of stuff done over there light heavyweight, but these guys inside and outside of the cage. You got one dude who was in a salt mine starting from 10 years old, got deported 7 times, and literally lived about 5 lives in 10 years. And then you got one dude who is the baddest fighter on the planet and fights fires for a hobby.
I got 445, 443, 442.
All right, I'm at 447, 46, 45. So we're very close.
Okay. Ngannou starts with a low leg kick.
Oh. Low leg kick there from Ngannou.
And just another reminder, guys, no spoilers in the chat. No spoilers in the chat.
He's got some wicked power. Francis, maybe the hardest hitter in the history of the heavyweight division. I would say you got Derek Lewis, Mark Hunt, and Francis Ngannou. You can put them in any order you want. I'm not going to argue with you, but this is at least one of the 3 hardest hitters ever.
It's going to be interesting to see who has changed their game plan since the first fight.
Interesting to see Ngannou coming out with the early leg kicks. This is not something we've seen in the first fight.
Inside leg kick from Stipe. Ngannou's fighting patient so far. Stipe seems to be trying to time him still. Big right hand from Ngannou.
30% smaller cage.
Wow.
Oh, that rocked. That hit him right on the temple. Stipe ate it.
It's going to get your attention if you're Stipe, though. You felt the power again. Reminder of who you're in there with.
He should be awake now.
Ngannou checks that low leg kick from Stipe.
And you got to worry a little bit about Stipe. Sometimes it seems like, not that he's sloppy, but sometimes he just doesn't fight full fights. And there's a takedown attempt here from Stipe.
Stuffed.
Wow.
And Ngannou takes Stipe down.
Oh my goodness! And this is a different Francis Ngannou. And he
Stipe's
takes Stipe down. And here's the ground and pound. Oh my goodness! Francis Ngannou teeing off on Stipe Miocic. Herb Dean watching on.
Stipe gets away, but how much damage did he just endure? That's big. There's Usman right there, Mike. The wrestling showed up. Usman definitely helped out. Head kick from Ngannou.
This is a different Francis. That landed right on the head.
Mike, Stipe's hurt. You can see he's glassy-eyed.
Oh, he's got to be hurt. I don't understand how anybody even took that with and standing in front of him. Yeah, he looks
This
like
might be a
drunk.
matter
He's
of
got
time,
glassy
guys.
eyes. He needs to clinch, go for a takedown.
Ngannou looks like a different man tonight. This could be the coronation of the Predator.
And there's a lot of people who have been saying this, just saying once Ngannou can sew up those weak spots in his game, he's going to be very hard for anybody to beat.
Another beautiful jab there from Ngannou, and Stipe's in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah,
he just tried to throw a leg kick and
nice
fell
straight
down.
right hand for Ngannou, and Stipe, he didn't look like he could even see it coming.
Stipe looks bewildered. Overhand right just barely grazed him. If that landed, that would have put the lights out. Ngannou's ultra confident now, stalking his prey. Not looking good for Stipe. Minute 15 to go in the first round. Can Stipe survive and get to his corner for some advice?
Stipe has been through some wars, but this is a long time with the Predator to survive.
Low leg kick from Stipe.
Hurt legs. I went to another MMA stream, and it crashed. I saw pizza. Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Good jab there.
Appreciate you beautiful people out there watching.
Ngannou.
Don't forget to smash that like button, share the stream. Thank you for being here tonight on the soon-to-be renamed and once again Fights with Friends. Low leg kick from Ngannou. 40 seconds to go in the first.
Francis does seem to hold his left hand a little low. I wonder if Miocic can get that right hand over the top before he can bring it up. Inside leg kick from Miocic. Big first round for the Predator. This is like nerve-wracking, man. In a good way. Not in the way that YouTube had me nerve-wracking, but wow. And a low leg kick for Francis Ngannou, and what a first round.
Stipe survives, but that was a big round for the challenger.
I don't know what I'm more surprised by, the fact that Francis Ngannou is landing head kicks, or the fact that Stipe Miocic ate him without going down.
Yeah, and I think the biggest part of that first round that stuck out to me was the ground game improvement from Francis Ngannou.
What's up, Rolled Off Show? Yeah, sounds like Ngannou done some studying. Absolutely. Looks like Francis gonna lose. That's ordinary Pete. I don't know. Don't forget everybody
Bob,
hit the like button again.
Hit the like button.
Don't forget everybody hit the like button, or I will send Comcast to your house to fuck up your internet.
Comcast tried to bring us down, guys, but we're not going to let them. But Mike better be getting a discount on his internet tomorrow when he rips them a new a-hole.
Steve is going against big dudes. I'm playing video.
Round 2, here we go.
All right, guys. For the heavyweight champion of the world, maybe the two baddest men that have ever entered a cage. And a 1-2 there from Francis Ngannou. And I don't know what the odds were for second round knockout, but Stipe was very hurt in the last round. Nice low leg kick there from Ngannou. Can Miocic recover?
Francis throws a wild haymaker, barely
nice
misses.
Left hook there from Francis. Oh, counter left hook right on the chin. Stipe's hurt.
Stipe's hurt. He's hurt bad. Oh, big uppercut from Francis.
Oh, my goodness!
Stipe's out cold! Francis Ngannou is the heavyweight champion of the world!
The Predator, Francis Ngannou, has knocked out Stipe Miocic! Welcome to the Francis Ngannou era.
What you guys didn't see is when Stipe was hurt, Stipe threw a haymaker and caught Francis and almost rocked him. And when he went to throw the next punch, he got knocked out cold.
Don't get up, lay down, lay him
flurry.
Down. He's trying to get up, they need to sit him down. Wow. That was
very entertaining second round.
terrifying.
That was a great second round.
He changed stances, hit the right hand. It's the left hand that hurt Stipe there.
Yeah.
Oh, that uppercut. Oh, yeah, Stipe landed a big right hand while he was hurt.
Yeah. See the right hand, but the very next punch, he goes in to try to throw another punch, hands completely down, and that's when he got caught and knocked out. Stipe charged at him with his hands down after rocking him, and he got knocked out instead.
Man, yeah, he stumbled Francis for a second with that shot. You're right. Wow.
I'm saying it's a great second round because that was a flurry of violence.
And the legs bent over. Oh, my goodness.
And it wasn't a big punch. It was just Stipe was charging at him, so his momentum helped make the punch even stronger.
Wow. Well, congrats, Arcade Chaos. It sounds like you got a Francis Ngannou action figure coming. When was the last time that you picked a fight wrong, Arcade Chaos? Can you just send me all your picks and I'll just bet on those. I'll just retire right now. This guy's got like a crystal ball or something.
Two fighters embracing in the middle of the octagon.
Damn.
And it's crazy. You saw Francis get rocked with that punch, but he stayed with it, and Stipe ran right into that left hand. that was it.
I don't think that should count. Stipe wasn't ready yet. Do-over. What's up, Marwin Sama? Not going to switch up on Stipe. Still a winner in my eyes. I agree, Marwin. Wow.
Congrats to Francis. I mean, he did it. He's finally climbed the mountain.
The baddest man on the planet right there. The new champion, Francis Ngannou. Now, is there a trilogy? I mean, does he want to do that again? I don't know.
Well, we got to see what John Jones has to say first, but I don't see how John Jones can beat Francis. There's no way.
You can mark my words right now. If they fight, Francis Ngannou will steamroll John Jones 100%. Bet. I'm telling you right now. Start selling shit. Start selling shit. Bet the house on Francis Ngannou. Bet your car. Bet your kids. Francis Ngannou will destroy John Jones. That's not even smart for John Jones to even consider taking that fight, in my opinion.
Ebden Gilbert, welcome to the chat. He says, "Hi, Mike, my good old friend. I knew Francis would do it for us, all the way from South Africa."
Shout out to South Africa. I might cover the finish. What? Oh, I did finish cover the finish, but damn.
I don't know what he's talking about. It's the only thing he said. Damn. Are they like way behind or something?
Yeah, and Ngannou champ until he retires or until he gets old if he sticks around too long. But, I mean, the difference between a guy who's only been fighting for 6 years, just took up MMA 5 or 6 years ago, was 34 years old, and I'm not making excuses here. But then the difference between a guy who's 38 and been through the wars and Stipe Miocic has, I mean, I think that's substantial. I'm not saying that any Stipe Miocic would have beaten Francis Ngannou tonight. I don't know if he would have. But those 4 years are a lot.
Congratulations to Francis Ngannou. He did what he had to do. And like I said, he's wrestling that first round.
Wow. The first African-born heavyweight champion right there, guys. Francis Ngannou.
Arcade acting like he just won the lottery, dude. We get it, man. You picked the right fighter. Like, congrats, but damn.
Well, apparently you like all the fighters that win, Arcade Chaos, if you bet with your heart. Cage was too small, said Harris Smith. That's it. The heavyweight division is dead. Well, everybody else is dead, maybe. But look at this. I mean, Stipe, he almost knocked out Francis on his way down. So, I mean, that's something that I guarantee you, if Stipe agrees to a third fight, after Francis steamrolls John Jones, because I'm just talking about that basically in past tense at this point. We just have to get it through. They're going to be looping that. When Francis takes him out, that little shadow of doubt, when Stipe cracks Francis Ngannou, that's going to sell the third fight. And
I'm wondering how big John Jones is going to come into the fight, though, with Ngannou.
What's that?
How big John Jones is going to be when he fights Ngannou? Like, do you think he'll come in like 230, 240?
I don't think it matters. Well, he's been hurt, lackadaisical. I thought he lost to Dominic Reyes. He got hurt by Thiago Santos. And, I mean, that's the thing. It's like if Francis Ngannou, he's got the takedown defense down.
Yeah.
That's, he's like, I know a lot of people weren't around, or, maybe it's not on the recent memory, but it's like Chuck Liddell 2.0, bigger, better. Because Chuck Liddell had that perfect takedown defense. You could not take him down. He was going to force you to strike with him. And before his chin went, no one could strike with him. He laid everyone out.
And like I said, that's why I'm so impressed with Ngannou's performance, because you could see that he put the work in to improve his overall game. He put the work in to get better at wrestling. He put the work in to get better at his cardio. He put the work in to improve his striking.
The head kicks were crazy.
Totally a better fighter now.
I'll tell you who I think has a better shot of beating him than John Jones is Derek Lewis.
Well, Derek Lewis, because he has that one-punch knockout power, that's his chance. But now that Francis is getting that ground game, he'll just take Derek down. So.
Well, and the chin, you would have thought Curtis Blades would take him down, though. I mean, Francis, he may be getting good at wrestling, but, I mean, he's no Curtis Blades overnight. Not when it comes to wrestling.
But now the heavyweight division has a new
Jardine KO'd Chuck, but his chin was way past.
Diego Velasquez, welcome to the chat. Says Derek Lewis beats him, mark my words. Sorry we got a little confused on the chat. Jardine KO'd Chuck. No, he did not. Jardine won by decision.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And that was a close decision, too.
Yeah. Yoji One Kenobi, welcome to the chat. He says John will tap Frankie. I just don't see how John Jones can win that fight, to be honest. I just don't, Mike.
Yeah, I just don't see it, and I don't think John Jones is the wrestler that he used to be. I think we're maybe reading a little too much into, or not reading enough into, however you want to look at it, against his kickboxing match with Thiago Santos. And his basically striking war against Dominic Reyes. We just assumed, he's not getting the takedowns because he can't. I mean, a lot of fighters have talked about this. Most recently, Josh Koscheck, Rashad Evans, and then, of course, Askren. Like, your knees and hips wear down. Those takedowns are murder on your body. And they're like, the cartilage just wasn't there when we go for the takedowns. It's just, there's just nothing left.
Yeah, I think another thing about the Jones-Francis fight is we kind of just saw the blueprint when Jan defeated Israel.
Wow.
On coming in as the bigger fighter, fighting a smaller fighter that's coming up from a weight class, and how to use your size as an advantage.
Yeah, and Stipe, he lands that right hand, but I think he was still so out of it. I think he was still really out of it, comes forward with his hands completely down.
I think Stipe was concussed from the ground and pound in the first round.
Yeah.
I think he was done from there on out because he didn't look like he was ever fully there. He just didn't have a good look in his eyes.
No, and there was a lot of weird things about that. not to go unmentioned, the fact that his hair looked like he just woke up.
Yeah. And like a lot of people are also pointing out the smaller cage. Yeah, that probably did have something to do with it, but just seeing the improvement in Francis's wrestling, I don't think the bigger cage would have been able to change the outcome.
Well, and I mean, a smaller cage has been very beneficial towards wrestlers too, and getting people down. So that should have been to Stipe's advantage.
Our brother from another mother, Wyatt Matson, is in the chat. Give him love, guys.
What's up, Wyatt? $50 belt, my friends. If Jones versus Ngannou ever happens, I have Ngannou. Feeling pretty good about that right now. Like I maybe you missed it earlier. Bet the house, Wyatt.
Yeah, I don't.
On pizza.
I don't see John Jones winning the fight.
No, I don't see how in the world they could. I would not be surprised if John Jones retires right now. I seriously would not, or if he goes back down to light heavyweight.
Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button for anyone that's on their way out.
Yeah, I mean you're looking at being sentenced to death row right now.
And Francis right now on the mic's talking about how much Kamaru Usman helped him improve and plan and train for this fight.
But I mean, you got to give Francis so much benefit for getting so much better so quickly. He had a lot of holes in his game.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. He put in the work, so he deserves this.
Yeah, especially against a guy like Stipe. Thank you, Seattle Mike and Billy. Have a good night, everyone. All right, Shima, have a good night. Arcade will dream.
Don't leave, guys. There is still a post show to come. This stream is not ending.
Yeah, and we have some trivia, and we have another gift card to give away. We got a $25 UFC store gift card, and if Greg Brimstone gets it, if you guys don't hang out, he gets the choice of a $50 UFC store gift card or a year of ESPN Plus. Since he won earlier.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. The post show is here to come, still to come,
All
here to come.
Right. Yeah, Stipe Miocic, though. Francis Ngannou taking out Stipe Miocic. Not really surprised to a lot of people, I guess, because we all knew he had that power and that he could do that. I think the takedown defense is, to me, the head kicks are the biggest surprise. I mean, he looked like he'd thrown those head kicks his entire life.
Yeah, and to recap, we've been talking about the main event, but the technical difficulties were happening. I ended up having to call the entire co-main event, which was fine. It was my first time doing that. But a very impressive performance from Luque as he first he beat down T. Wood, knocked him down, took him down to the ground, and quickly sunk in a Darce choke and submitted Woodley in the first round. And sad to say, but the former kingpin of the welterweight division should hang up the gloves. Like, if I was in his team, I would force him to retire.
I wouldn't want him to fight Francis again.
No, I'm talking about Woodley, Mike.
Oh, the welterweight division. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. Woodley. I don't see him even doing anything over in Bellator. Wow, Arcade Chaos. Keep forever and cherish. This is my greatest trophy. Oh my goodness. You should put something a little extra in that package for him, Billy.
I will. Don't worry. All right, guys. I think we can go ahead and start the post show. Let us know in the chat if any of you are actually interested in calling in. And if so, we will set that up and go from there.
All right. First, let's do some trivia though. Let's give away some stuff. Let's give away that gift card.
Sounds good.
All right, everybody, refresh your browsers and hope that you come back to a stream. No. All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, All right, April 24th. The fans return. UFC Jacksonville, Florida. Damn. Oh, and that is for the Masvidal Usman rematch. All right, everybody should be back in from behind any commercials or whatever they got to be on. And let's start the trivia again. All right, guys. First trivia question of the second round. Bruce Lee, in this movie, fights Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the final stage of this movie. What movie was it where Bruce Lee fights Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the final stage? Nah, I'm too big to talk on the phones, this Philly. I'm interested in how Volkov versus Francis would go. Francis would probably win, though. I don't believe you, Derp Crunch. Don't believe you have a Barack Obama action figure. What's up, Gringo? Gringo is not Into the Dragon, though. Or Fists of Fury. He only actually has 5 movies, so, I mean, if you... there it is, Phil D. Game of Death. Premium member, Phil D. Gets it. Joshua Wallace had it, too. He knew it, too. Good job. I didn't need Google for that one, says Phil. Nice. I'm glad somebody else is a diehard Bruce Lee fan. All right, next one. Another Bruce Lee one. Bruce Lee's grave can be found and visited in this city. Where is Bruce Lee buried? Alt Liquors, they call me Bruce. Bruce Lee's grave can be found and visited in this city. Big time Bruce Lee fan. All right. It is not L.A. Nope, not L.A., Diego. Joshua Wallace, you got it. Wyatt had it too, but Joshua Wallace just a little in front of you. Joshua Wallace, yep, right here in Seattle, Washington.
Very nice.
All right. All right, next up. What country was boxing first introduced as a competitive sport? It was an Olympic game in 688 BC. And don't say stop doing old shit, guys, because believe it or not, I was not alive yet either. Stipe, you are still the man fighting that monster. Brilliant Beaches, right? What's up, Spook Show? Hey, like that stream too, guys? Mike's had a rough night. Yeah, I done went to Stipe's page, man. Oh, yeah. Of course. Not Egypt. You're in the ballpark, though. Think of the history of the Olympics. There it is, Panhead Bob. Greece. You are correct.
Don't forget, guys, that because of the virus, the Olympics are going to be held this summer. So another group of amateur boxers are going to go for the gold in Tokyo
and
this
judo
summer.
And judoka. I want to be calling the boxing and the judo. So.
Yeah. Last I heard, there's going to be no fans at the Olympics, but they might change that now.
This is Japan, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo.
I know they said they were going to use all the 2020 stuff. Basically, I'm sure so they don't have to spend the money to do it all over again.
Yeah, now that we all waited a year, it's going to be cool because now there's one less year in between the next Olympics.
I mean, I don't think an Olympics has ever actually been canceled. I think, there was the one where a lot of countries boycotted it, but...
Yeah, what was that, the Soviet one in, like, Sarajevo or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next trivia question, another boxing one. I said I had some boxing ones. Robert, if he's still awake, he hasn't passed out from drinking all the beer.
All the beer?
Yeah. This fighter killed Jimmy Doyle in a boxing match in 1947. He had previously pulled out of the fight after a dream that he had killed him, but was talked into fighting anyways by a priest. This fighter fought Jimmy Doyle in a boxing match, and Jimmy Doyle died. He had previously pulled out of the fight after a dream that he had killed him, but was talked out of it by a priest.
I just want to point out, you're totally asking, like, Google questions, Mike. These ones people aren't going to know.
These ones what?
These are total Google questions. People aren't going to know these ones.
Wyatt Matheson, Ray Robinson, they're not going to know it. You said, yeah. I'm running out of questions, man.
I can throw a couple out there if you want. How many questions are we asking?
All right, Wyatt Matheson. I mean, until we're done.
All right. This should be a speed test. Name this former UFC middleweight champion that was tragically found dead in the desert. Went missing for weeks and was found, unfortunately, deceased in the desert. This former UFC middleweight champion.
Curtis Harvey. Yeah, it is a crazy story.
There it is. Curtis Harvey, Evan Tanner.
Oh, yeah.
Very sad story. What's that?
Good one, Curtis Harvey.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm sure everyone's still refreshed. Ask some weighing questions or something. Let me think if I can find one.
Oh, I got some that shouldn't be as hard. Let's see, this one, I don't think this should be that hard. Marvin Hagler retired forever after losing a controversial decision to this boxer. What was Marvin Hagler's last fight? He retired afterwards. There was even speculation that maybe Marvin Hagler was in on the fix, like he bet on it.
Mm-hmm. I don't see that, though.
Oh, I don't believe that happened either, but
yeah,
ask some weigh-in questions or something.
I just thought of a weigh-in question for the next one, so kind of a weigh-in question.
Floyd Mayweather of the 80s, yep. Trevi McTrev, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Very, very good. Sugar Ray, one of the greatest boxers of the 80s. He was a big celebrity then, too. Like, he was in all of the marketing campaigns back then.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Wyatt wanted a weighing question. This is kind of a weighing question, but this former female UFC champion brought mass scrutiny to the sport after a documentary showed her almost dying trying to make weight.
Oh, yeah?
What former UFC champion almost died trying to make weight?
Yeah, I'm going to take a quick restroom break while you're waiting on that one. Be right back.
Once again, the question is, what former UFC female champion almost died trying to make weight? It was very publicized. Trevi McTreg, Cyborg. Curtis, I'm sorry, I can't take that answer, but I see where you're going with that. But yeah, it was Christine Cyborg Santos. Yeah, that was a pretty big deal when they showed the video of what the weight cut did to her. That was hard to watch. So, all right, we'll keep this train a-moving. So that's Trevi McTrev. Try to remember that, guys. Trevi's got one, so Mike can write it down. All right, we'll go to the UFC heavyweight division. This former retired and now Hall of Famer famously had his arm broken by Frank Mir in a UFC heavyweight championship bout. That's the key, because Frank broke two arms, but this one was in a heavyweight title fight. What heavyweight broke Frank Mir's? Or I just said the answer. Damn it! So we can't use that one. Scrap
When
it.
that happens. Hey, Frank
I
Mir.
just said the answer.
I'm guessing
But
Frank
yeah,
Mir.
Nogueira was the other one. So we'll do a different heavyweight question. Who did Tim Sylvia defeat to win his first UFC heavyweight title? Who did Tim Sylvia defeat to win his first heavyweight title?
Brock Elder says Nogueira. Dan Severn, yeah, no, I don't think they fought at the same time. Well, Dan Severn was probably fighting somewhere, I'm sure.
You know this answer, Mike? Who Sylvia beat for his first title win?
I'm pretty sure. Frank is going to get embarrassed by
There
Steve.
it is. Derp Crunch.
Rico Rodriguez. Yep, Derp Crunch.
So while you're gone, Trevi got a question right, and now Derp Crunch got a question.
All right, so that's 2 for Trevi.
All right, we'll switch to a different weight class, and that's the UFC 205-pound class. This famous fight card was called UFC 37.5. Who did Chuck Liddell defeat at UFC 37.5?
I'm not sure what this is even. Oh, I agree with you, Wyatt. That's
It was
another
not
bet
Randy.
the house.
It was not Randy.
Frank is going to get embarrassed by Steve. Yeah, and he's only a few years older than Mir.
It was not Tito.
I think I might know that one, but
It was not Babalu. There it is, Wyatt. Vitor Belfort. Wyatt got it right.
Ah, nice.
That's the famous clip of the left
Good
hand that knocked him on the
Googling,
butt.
Wyatt.
Yeah. All right, so we're going downwards. We already asked the middleweight, so now we'll go welterweight. And let's think. What's a good welterweight question?
Okay, says Ronda Rousey. All right.
Who was the
I
first?
had a lot of boxing questions tonight because I was hoping Robert was in here. And throw one out. This shouldn't be too hard. Who is the only heavyweight boxing champion to retire undefeated? Who is the only heavyweight boxing champion to retire undefeated? There's only one of them. And I believe he always fought at under 200 pounds, so he wouldn't even be eligible to fight heavyweight today. I'm not positive on that. I don't know if he ever weighed in over 200 pounds, but I know he fought at like 185.
Jack Dempsey.
There it is. Trevi McTrev. Is that 3 for Trevi?
Rocky Marciano.
Yep. And Jay Digg right behind him.
Okay, back to what I was going to say. UFC welterweight history. Who defeated Matt Hughes to win his first UFC title, but subsequently lost the belt without ever defending it? Who defeated Matt Hughes to win the UFC welterweight title, but lost it without ever defending it? It is not GSP. Lots of GSPs in here. It is not Trick Wyatt. There it is, BJ Penn. BJ left for over a contract dispute. Never was defeated for the belt.
Yeah, didn't he go to like Rumble on the Ridge or some strange...
Rumble on the Rock. Yeah, and he
Rumble
fought
on the Rock.
Lyoto at heavyweight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so UFC lightweight now. Who was the first UFC lightweight champion ever? Who was the first UFC lightweight champion ever? Some scrub.
If I could put music on, maybe Arcade Chaos, but that'll get me demonetized. I have enough issues already. Curtis Harvey says, some scrub.
And people calling in again.
I say Billy's getting another call. I know the sound now.
There it is. Wyatt's got it. Or was Wyatt the first? No, Joshua Wallace was the first.
That's two
the muscle
for
shark,
Josh.
Sean Shirk. So Joshua Wallace is on the board.
So I got 3 for Trevi, 2 for Wyatt, and 2 for Joshua Wallace.
Is that his second one, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we'll just keep taking down the weight classes. Featherweight will be next. And let's go WEC featherweight. Who defeated Uriah Faber to win the WEC featherweight title? Who defeated Uriah Faber to win the WEC featherweight title? I guarantee I know who you guys are going to guess.
All
it was
right.
not Chris.
Hey, thanks for being in, Walt Liquor. Have a good night, man.
Who defeated Faber to win the WEC featherweight title? That's what I thought you guys were going to guess. It was not Aldo. J. Dig, Mike Brown. That is the correct answer.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder if there was more than one because I knew Mike Brown beat him. Oh.
Yeah, and then Aldo beat Mike Brown, and then Aldo defended the belt against Faber and beat him.
Ah, okay.
So, yeah, Mike Brown's the one that took the belt from Faber.
Beat him twice, didn't he? Didn't Faber get a rematch and Brown beat him again?
I don't remember, but I think you might be right.
Okay. Oh.
So now we'll go to the bantamweight division, which is 135 pounds. And we'll do women's bantamweight. Who did Ronda Rousey defeat to become the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world? Who did Ronda Rousey defeat to become the UFC bantamweight champion of the world? I don't know if my phone broke up on that. Who did Ronda Rousey defeat to become the UFC bantamweight champion of the world? The 135 female belt. It was not Kat Zingano. There it is, J. Dig, Liz Carmouche.
Yep. That's
So
2 for J Dig too, right? Oh.
Yep. That brings us to the
That's 2 in a row for him.
125-pound division. And let's go with... let's think.
Derp Crunch, Wendy Richter, close. Very close.
Very close.
I think that was her, like a third cousin.
Do you have a 125-pound question? I'm blanking.
125 pound. Yeah, if I think for just a minute. Yeah, who was the last fighter to defeat Henry Cejudo?
Good question. Who was the last fighter to defeat Henry Cejudo? And obviously he was at 125 pounds.
Oh, Curtis Harvey. Everybody knows that's Israel Adesanya.
He is?
I don't know. I'm just... I've heard that rumor.
Oh.
So the only one I've heard a rumor about.
Trevi McTrev.
Yep, Demetrius Johnson.
That's not correct.
Wait, it's yeah, that's not that is that's what I was
Brock
gonna say.
Ellery got it. Brock Ellery got it. It was Joseph Benavidez.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. For a second I thought I was wrong. I was gonna Google it.
Yeah, it was Joe B.
So Brock Ellery's got it, yep. Good one, Brock.
That was a good trick question. So now we'll go to the female 115-pound division. And this one should be a speed test. Who was the inaugural women's 115-pound champion? Who was the inaugural women's 115-pound champion? Or who was the first women's 115 champion? Should be a speed test. Anyone that watched that season of The Ultimate Fighter. Because that's how they crown this champ. Brock Ellery, Carla Esparza. There's another one for Brock.
Yep, there it is. Esparza. 2 in a row for Brock. Wyatt's got that socialist Canadian internet, so he's behind everybody.
Yeah. So we haven't done a men's 135, so let's go with who did Dominic Cruz defeat to become the WEC 135 champ?
Your boy Eric Anders. This is why I'm out. I would like Eric Anders, except for the fact I want to smack him just for his nickname, your boy.
Yeah. In my chat just froze, Mike, so I don't know what people are saying.
I got Faber, Boyles, Dillashaw, Demetrius Johnson.
Give me a second. Hold on, guys. Okay. Who was the first with Bowles? Brian Bowles is the answer, by the way. I can't see it, so.
Oh, of course, now that all the fights are over, the stream speed's like perfect. Brian Bowles was the answer? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Cool.
Brock
Ellery got it on mine.
I didn't even know, dude.
Brock Ellery got it on mine.
That's 3 in a row for Brock.
Derp says he thinks he got it first.
Let me look at it. Oils. Derp's messing with us. He didn't even have it.
Oh. Okay.
You made him look, though.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the men's 135. So now we need a female 125 question.
Brian Bowles have expression problems or something like that? I don't even know what that means.
Do you have a female 125?
Female 125. I mean, it's Valentino Shevchenko knocking out who? That's been the whole division, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. I don't know the question here, though. So
okay, go ahead.
That's one. Anderson Silva won his first UFC title against this fighter in only his second bout in the octagon. Who did Anderson Silva defeat to win the middleweight title? First time, and then defended it for like a decade.
Mm-hmm.
King Kong looked good tonight, says Trey Matrev.
Brock
There it is. Brock Ellery, Rich Franklin. The ace, Rich Franklin. Yeah.
All right. We'll keep this ball rolling.
Levin was his first fight, Wyatt, but not for the championship.
What steroided up behemoth spiked Nogueira on his head in a pride fight? What steroid behemoth spiked Nogueira on his head in a pride fight?
Was it Nogueira?
Wasn't it? Or was it Fedor? Sorry.
I know Fedor got spiked on his head. Okay. Oh. Yep, Rich the teacher. RKKS Andre the Giant.
J Dig, Bob Sapp.
All right, good one, J Dig. That's pretty competitive.
What's the scoreboard at?
I I would have to count them up. I know nobody's got more than 3.
Oh, Brock has like 4 at least.
Does Brock have 3? Well, let me go through and count them up then. Phil D
Okay.
got the first one, then it was Joshua Wallace, then it was Panhead Bob, then Wyatt, then Trevi, Derp Crunch, Wyatt with the second one, Trevi with his second one. Wyatt went to 3, then Joshua Wallace, 2 in a row for J-Dig, Brock Ellery, 3 in a row. Oh, so Brock Ellery might be in the lead here then. Yeah, he's got 4.
Okay.
J-Dig has 3. Yeah, Brock Ellery's winning.
Okay. So, do you have a Pride question, Mike, since we're on Pride now? You know a lot of Pride stuff.
Yeah. Let me think of one that's not, like, crazy hard.
Joshua Wallace says he said Rich first. Let me check.
Let me look back in the chat here real quick.
Nope, I have Brock first with Franklin. And then Wyatt said Lehman.
You guys were so close, Josh, that it's gonna put you first. If you refresh your browser, though, it'll show the order that everybody else sees. For some reason, there's a glitch on YouTube, and if you put in a comment close to the time of somebody else, it will show your comment first. I had one guy really, really mad. I'm pretty sure he unsubscribed. I forfeit. I'm just going to chill and listen. All right, Phil D.
All right, Mike's got a couple Pride questions up next, and then we'll move on to a kickboxing question after that I got.
All right, it's a UFC Pride question. Now, Chuck Liddell, while he was in the UFC, entered a Pride tournament and lost to this former Pride champion. He would fight that fighter again in the UFC to the same result.
Repeat that question, Mike.
The Smash Machine. No, Chuck Liddell entered the Pride tournament while he was in the UFC. Dana made the trip with everybody. Oh, there it is. J-Dig's got it. Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, Chuck did fight over him, but he never fought him again in the UFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2 in a row for J-Dig.
Not too bad there.
All right, and throw another Anderson Silva one out there. Maybe Anderson Silva was champion of this organization right before entering the UFC. I expect my UK viewers to know this if any of them are still up. That action figure hooked me up with an autograph. I don't care what. I mean, I could autograph something and send it to you.
Cage Warrior?
Yep, there it is. J-Dig, you are correct.
All right, that's a good one. I didn't know that one. I was thinking Cage Rage for some reason.
Oh,
Huh.
You know what it is, Cage Rage.
Oh, crap.
Shoot, I'm sorry. I gotta take it back. They're so close.
Yeah. Well, we can do a different one.
All right.
What would be a good one for a different organization? What was the name of the defunct Canadian fight league that gave us? What? Now I forgot the fighter's name. Oh, they gave us T.J. Grant. What Canadian fight organization produced T.J. Grant? This is going to be a tough one.
I barely have even heard of T.J. Grant.
Also gave us the Lion Ryan Ford. Ryan Ford was a longtime champion in this organization.
I have no idea who that is.
Pete Spratt fought in this organization after he left the UFC.
Okay, I might know what the organization is now then. Did
the Hart Gun
Shoney Carter and...
It is not the BFL. It was always on HDNet and Access TV.
MJF Beast 22. I'm looking that one up. I'm gonna go back and see.
It was not the Ontario Fighting League. ECDC. No, I think people are gonna Google it by now. So we'll just call it. It was the MFC, the Maximum Fighting Championships.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The big league in Canada.
The only one I know in Canada that was around that time was W1 MMA.
Oh, okay. So we'll do another foreign league. What organization started after Pride died and held the Japanese shows for about 5 years? And I don't know if they're still around or not.
It describes what Robert Kerrigan's probably doing right now, though.
Who took over for Pride and started? What was the organization that took over for Pride? Alistair Overeem was their heavyweight champion. Fedor fought there. Is not one. There it is. J Dig Dream.
Yep. I think J Dig might be pulling ahead of everybody. He's gotten a lot of them here.
Yeah, because it went Dream then Ryzen, right, Mike?
Yep. Yeah. And
yeah. So Dream was the one that took over.
Let's
go with. Do you have one ready, Mike?
Yeah. This
go.
legendary coach trained Chuck Liddell in what was called the Pit. Who is Chuck Liddell's head coach in the Pit?
He also coached Glover Teixeira and Jason Von Flue.
Yeah. You might have seen his, if you're in our Facebook group, you might have seen his Facebook live streams tagged.
And I think Mike did an interview with this gentleman as well.
No, I haven't done an interview with him.
Oh, I thought you did. Or no, you just played his video, huh?
Yeah.
J-Dig got it.
Oh, yep, Hackelman. John Hackelman. J-Dig taking over. Everybody else is too wasted. It's like whoever stays sober.
Let's keep it with the coaches.
The last man sober will be the winner.
Name one of the two head coaches of AKA in San Jose. Name one of the two head coaches in the American Kickboxing Academy, AKA in San Jose. This produced Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, Josh Koscheck, Mike Swick, Khabib trained there. And there's two head coaches. You can name either one. We'll take either one. Name one of the two head coaches. It was not Tito Ortiz. JT360, Javier Mendez. You would also took Crazy Bob Cook.
Yep, JT. Joshua Wallace. I can look back on that, but I'll tell you my biggest problem with chat is YouTube's errors. Like I think I mentioned earlier, if somebody writes a comment in and someone else writes a comment within like 30 seconds or so of that time, it will show you first on your screen. Refresh it and see if you're still first. Yeah, it's been a repeated issue. So JT,
all right.
Good to see you, JT. By the way, if I didn't say hi.
What recently released UFC heavyweight was a former K1 champion? I think he won the K1 Grand Prix.
That should be a speed test. Yeah, he did.
What recently released UFC fighter won the K1 Grand Prix in kickboxing? What recently released UFC fighter won the K1 Grand Prix in kickboxing? J-Dig, that was close. 3 people at the same time.
Oh, damn.
J-Dig with Overeem.
J-Dig's really putting up a lead here, though, now.
Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we'll switch up sports then. And Mike, you got some boxing questions to give other people some chances?
Yeah, I just put up the Facebook group. I put up the link here for you, Phil. So it's called Fights with Friends, but that's the link to it. And one on my screen, probably not Mike's. Yeah, Mike Tyson said he will be willing to have a second fight in his comeback against this foe. This fighter's been calling Mike Tyson out. He said recently they're going to make it happen, just not with Triller anymore. We went over that in another question.
Stupid Triller.
Yeah, they released him after his last loss, Brock Ellery. Brock Ellery, Evander Holyfield, cheer. Wyatt right behind him.
That was a good one. I have one in my head too about boxing. This American heavyweight boxer was a humongous underdog when he knocked out Lennox Lewis to win the heavyweight title. This heavily underdog fighter knocked out Lennox Lewis to win the heavyweight title. He was American. You got this one, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. It might be a speed test if they know they're heavyweight boxing. And this fighter's son is now a really good boxer.
He has not been on the show, but I have interviewed his son on the show.
Yeah, he was a huge...
Who is a current boxer?
Tito Ortiz is not the answer.
Oh, thank you, Phil. I will...
Nick Lovin, John Morrison, Tommy Morrison, nope.
Accept that.
This underdog heavyweight fighter from America knocked out Lennox Lewis to win the heavyweight title. Come on, guys. I'm surprised no one knows this one. His nickname was The Rock.
Evander Holyfield made this guy's eye look like he got hit by 10 sledgehammers.
Give you guys another 15 seconds and then we'll have to call this one. Not Butterbean.
Nice, yeah. Yep, there it is. J-Dig. Hasim Rahman.
Yep, The Rock. Hasim Rahman.
And wow, we're about playing for second and no prize at this point. J-Dig's got about, I think he might have an unsurmountable lead here.
Brock can catch him.
Brock's got quite a few too, though. Yes,
yeah.
Again, yeah.
Do you have any, amateur wrestling questions you could ask?
Like Olympic wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the guy's name. I forgot this guy's name when me and you were talking the other day.
Let me do a speed test one real quick then.
Okay.
This American amateur wrestler won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. This American won the Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
All right, we'll see you, Trevi.
It is not Dwayne Johnson.
That's fine.
Who won a gold medal in wrestling at the Olympics with a broken neck? There it is. MJAV Beast 22, Kurt Angle.
Ah.
The Olympic gold medalist himself, Kurt Angle.
I had heard that before, but I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah, a lot of people had it after that.
Yeah.
You guys probably need to refresh, because a lot of people all said it at the same time.
Oh,
all right, what was your wrestling question?
I got a couple here as soon as people refresh here.
Yeah, I would definitely should refresh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, fire away, Mike.
All right, this bad boy MMA fighter finished his career at 165 pounds with a victory in BKFC recently. His nickname was the Bad Boy. He competed in WEC and UFC and was never in a boring fight. Balls, YouTube tricked me, this is Brockton.
Yeah, you always got to make sure that you're synced up. You got to click that live button.
Yeah, it's going good now, Super Tech Tricks, now that all the fights are over.
It was not Chris Lieben.
No,
this fighter had a legendary fight with Roger Huerta.
Yeah.
This guy had a war with Roger Huerta.
I mean, Tito
Right, not
Ortiz.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Not
Tito,
Evander, not Tito.
I think Tito would have to chop his head off to make 165.
He used to train with Jackson Winklejohn. There it is, Leonard Garcia.
The bad boy, J Dig. Yeah, it's kind of our fault. We gave him plenty of time.
All right, let's keep some rap. We'll go rapid fire. See if anyone can catch this fool. Roberto Duran. I just like that answer. That made me laugh. All right, this boxer was famously disqualified for putting plaster in his gloves and absolutely carving up his opponent's face.
You
got this one right,
I think
Mike?
he was doing it against. They figured he did it against several opponents before he actually
Yeah.
got caught.
It was plaster, correct, that he got caught with in his gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this dirty cheater fighter had plaster in his boxing gloves and damn near almost murdered the guy he was fighting. But this was a famous boxing just disrespect. Mexico, okay. It was not Ray Robinson.
Much more current.
Yeah, this was, I'd say like 7 years ago, 8 years ago. There it is. J. Dick got another one. Margarito.
Oh, yep, Antonio Margarita.
Yeah. Yeah, he was plastered, man. It was shocking. They demanded to see the gloves, and he kept trying not to like show them, and it was horrible. Because the guy he fought was just, I can't remember who he fought, but he beat him up bad.
I think he might have fought Miguel Cotto with plaster in his gloves.
Okay.
I'm not positive on that for sure though.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give an absolute speed test. See if anyone can beat J. Dig. Who is the owner of Golden Boy Boxing? Who is the owner of Golden Boy Boxing? Type fast, guys. Come on. The name gives it away. Who is the owner of Golden Boy Boxing? Keyword Golden Boy. Can't believe no one said anything yet. Come on now.
About Dana White fighting.
There it is.
Yep.
MJAV Beast 22, Oscar De La Hoya.
Right.
That's a couple now for him, right?
Yep.
MJAV Beast. Let's see, we'll go back to the UFC, and Mike likes the old UFCs. All right, let's think. Who did Ken Shamrock, who was the last win Ken Shamrock ever had in the UFC? Who was the last fighter that Ken Shamrock ever defeated in the UFC? And it was a while ago, which shows how many in a row Shamrock lost.
I think I might know this one. I'm not even
It was
sure.
the UFC 44 or something like that, but who was the last
UFC
fighter?
44, I know who it is.
Who was the last fighter for that Ken Shamrock defeated in the UFC? It was not Tito. He never beat Tito. He went 0-3 against Tito.
Yeah.
He did fight Tito after this fight, though. There it is, J-Dig again, Kimo Leopoldo.
Kimo Leopoldo. When you said UFC 244, I knew. I figured
Yeah, I
I
might
knew
have
it,
given
but when
away.
you said that, I knew for sure.
You got any like UFC 1 through 10 questions?
Yeah. I think this is around 10. This fighter dethroned, at the time, Mark Coleman looked like he was undefeatable. And this much lighter fighter dethroned Mark Coleman with the first ever head kick knockout.
Oh, nice.
Coleman it was so late in the fight because this is before they had rounds, and I want to say it was around 12 or 13 minutes. And he was hunched over and just got blasted.
Yeah.
I was watching some of those older, watching some Tank the other day. It was not Maurice Smith.
Good guess, though, because that would come to a lot of people's mind with the head kick knockout.
Yeah. Not Randy Couture.
You guys are a little too far. Like, it's That's fighter right before these guys were big.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think he might have fought in Strikeforce eventually, but I'm not positive on that. No, not just for trivia. This late at night, Super Tech Tricks, and it was 30 a minute ago. So, I'll take it.
Give you guys another 20 seconds, otherwise you got to be able to Google it by now.
Agent Fox Mulder. Yeah, I'm going to call it. It was Pete Williams.
And I think Pete Williams fought out of the Lions Den, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This boxing great played in a professional basketball game the same day as a championship boxing match. He played in a basketball game that morning, or early in the day, and then too late, J Dig, sorry, and then fought that night. And keep trying to get people to the channel. Thank you, Super Tech Tricks.
Anybody new in here, smash that like button.
Thanks,
What's up, Firefighter Gypsy?
Yeah. What's up, Firefighter Gypsy? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Might have to call this one too, Mike. I got a speed test question after this.
Yeah, Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr. All right, if there's any pro wrestling fans out there, you should get this. This former Ultimate Fighter competitor is now the WWE United States Champion. This former Ultimate Fighter competitor is now the WWE United States Champion.
I have no idea.
If you watch WWE, you're going to know this immediately.
All right, have a good night, Beast.
Or just know that this Ultimate Fighter guy became a pro wrestler. That would all you be needing to. There's only two that I know that went to the WWE.
Well, thanks, Phil. I appreciate it. Tell Jason I said he's lame too.
J-Dig again. Right in front of Brock Ellery.
Oh man, like that was like a second.
It is Matt Riddle. But on that same course, this former UFC fighter is now a pro wrestler and also does a podcast with Brian and Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer website. He wrestles for MLW, and his nickname as a fighter was Filthy. What former UFC fighter fought with the nickname Filthy? He's now a pro wrestler.
Oh, that gave it away. I was going to say before I had no idea, but now
I figured I had to put that in there because unless you...
Yeah.
You know. This
nice,
pro wrestler
Phil.
is a former MMA fighter with the nickname Filthy. It is not Jack Swagger. J-Dig again. Tom Lawler. I think that might be a TKO, Mike.
All right, yeah, J-Dig with I think an unsurmountable lead. That's like 10. Yeah, nobody's even within like 5 of him.
I do want to throw one more wrestling question out there, if I can.
All right.
This former MMA fighter and best friend of Ronda Rousey is now a tag team champion in WWE. This female MMA fighter and best friend of Ronda Rousey is now one of the WWE female tag team champions.
Hey, shout out Ruth. You're like the second woman ever on this stream. No. How's it
going, Ruth? This former female MMA fighter and Ronda Rousey best friend is now one of the 2 WWE female tag team champions. She was also an NXT women's champion as well. Brock Ellery, Shayna Baszler. There it is. Brock. If Brock can come back, that would be the biggest comeback ever. Because Mike's about to ask you guys a Muhammad Ali trivia question.
Well, now you gave away the answer.
No.
Muhammad Ali fought in the Rumble in the Jungle. That was against what fighter? What fighter did Muhammad Ali fight in Rumble in the Jungle? And please don't Google this, because I'm sure it's going to come like right up.
Rumble in the Jungle.
This guy was an animal. It was not Joe Frazier. Brock Ellery, you are correct. George Foreman.
So we open up that window. Now we got to give Brock a chance. So, heavyweight boxing. Okay. We can do one of the two fighters, but name one of the two fighters that were fighting in the historical fanboy fight. Or is it Fan Man? Which one is it, Mike? Where the guy?
It's Fan Man.
Yeah, Fan Man. Name one of the two fighters fighting in the Fan Man fight where the guy propelled into the ring. And you know both of them, right, Mike?
Yeah, these guys fought in one of the greatest trilogies of all time.
Fan Man.
Would be a good one to go back and watch, actually.
Oh, yeah.
No, not Diaz. Yeah, we need to give him less time to Google, I think.
It is not Logan Paul. It was a heavyweight fight, correct, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called the Fan Man fight where the guy got caught in the ropes.
Yeah, they've had plenty of time to Google it now. Vander Holyfield and Riddick Bowe.
Yep, Holyfield and Riddick Bowe. J-Dig a little too late. So we'll go with controversial boxing fights. Okay. This former heavyweight fighter was... People said that he got disqualified on purpose after low-blowing Riddick Bowe 3 times. This heavyweight fighter was disqualified in his fight against Riddick Bowe after low-blowing him at least 3 times. It might have been more.
That was a lot.
And there's a lot of people that said he did it on purpose, but this heavyweight fighter was disqualified in his fight with Riddick Bowe for multiple low blows. It was not Lennox Lewis. It's going to be a little bit tougher one. Because unless you know your boxing...
Yeah, he also quit in between rounds against Mike Tyson.
Yeah, that's a good one. He's one of the biggest basket cases, and he had tons of talent, which was so
J-Dig got it. Galata.
Andrew Galata.
All right. I'm going to call it for J-Dig tonight because my wife's got some stew down there. And
we tried, Brock. We tried. You just couldn't overcome the J-Dig train.
Yeah, he's up to like 13, so yeah.
Brock definitely got second, though, I think.
Yes. Yes. All right. J-Dig. Greg Brimstone, somewhere I got your... I know I have you on messaging on Facebook. And cause you
real quick, I don't want to cut you off so you can say all your stuff, but yeah. I'm going to sign off first so you can close it out. Thanks again, guys. Like I said, we'll have that merch ready for the next stream. Mike, it was fun. Give me a call this week so we can get stuff ready.
All right. Thank you, Billy.
Night, guys.
Appreciate your help. Have a good one. Don't be surprised if he broke the law with that second punch. It was in an awkward position. Yeah, J-Dig, give me your information. I don't know if you're on Twitter, but you can message me on Twitter, direct message, or just email me. Twitter at Seattle Mike at FightsWFriends, and my email is just fightswithfriends@gmail.com. Hey, thank you, Phil. Thanks for coming in. Sorry about all the lagging and stuff, but We got through it. Thank you, Billy, for helping me get control there, because I was about to break something. I was in the comeback trail. I was just biding my time. I believe you, Derp Crunch. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining in again. If you move to Vegas, will you be Vegas Mike? I think I'll always be Seattle Mike. Got to stick with the teams you grew up with. So, all right, guys. Really appreciate you all being here for so long. All the super chats tonight. Amazing. Over $100 in super chat. New premium member, Phil D. Thank you very much, guys. As always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses later.